Tony. I'm actually going to show you my version of a bacon explosion with a little twist of other things versus just normal bacon. Let's take a start at this. First, obviously, you need some bacon on there. A lot of guys just use their own rub and stuff, and a lot of times they'll do that afterwards. I like to throw it down there before we start our bacon weave. People say to use about 10 pounds of bacon. They like using the real thick bacon, but I'm fine with the normal bacon from Fairway, and I probably use about a pound of it. Obviously, all you got to do is make a weave in your bacon. Oh yeah, we can go one more. All right, no different than doing a lattice on your apple pie, if you guys know how to make apple pies. All right, let's go with 1, 2, 3, and 4. Obviously, this is the biggest time-consuming spot there is. The rest of it's just so easy. While I'm doing this, I'm actually smoking some beef jerky. I'm going to dehydrate a little later off some rump roast and some seasoning out there. And of course, you're going to see some baby back ribs I got on the smoker that I'm going to put this on top of. You know, no reason not to have some baby back ribs taste a little bit like bacon. I feel like there should be some elevator music like dun, 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 dun. Or how about some Jeopardy? Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. So everyone says use 2 pounds of bacon. And of course they're using the big thick cut. That's completely up to you. I've done this several times just on this type of bacon right here, just normal bacon. All right, kind of fixing the corners a little bit. Obviously we don't need this last piece of bacon. You know, bleed in the corners so you don't have too much of a gaps in there. All right, pat it down real good. Again, grab some more seasoning. And obviously this is my own rub with some black pepper, some jalapeno seasoning, a couple little things. Now everyone says use 2 pounds. I would say use 2 pounds of sausage or Graziano sausage. I actually like using a pound a piece. When I get mine cut, I want to see it. I want to see the actual pinwheel effect. Obviously smooth it out. Again, I want half of it to look like Graziano, the other half to look like just regular sausage. Another. Biggest thing too is after you do all this, you got to have them still somewhat mend together. Otherwise they'll just fall apart. So then there's just a lot of finessing and squeezing everything you want it to do. Try to pinch all this together. As you're dragging it over, pinching it together will get more of a stability that you need or are looking for. All right. We're good there. All right, so now we're going to actually use some spinach, and I also have some onions as well. So let me throw some onion on there real quick because we're going to want to go in the middle. It's up to you. Do you want sausage to be inside? Do you want the Graziano to be on the outside? I'm all about having that Graziano on the inside. I'm going to stack everything. As far as in the middle, I just used a half an onion. It's basically everyone's preference because you still got to squish it all in there together. Not lettuce, but your spinach. Trying to go real small with it. Obviously, we're just adding some green color inside of here real quick. And I like spinach anyway, so. Obviously, we rinse that all off. And obviously, let's throw some cheese in that mix. Because you can't go wrong with cheese. All right. Now that we got all this meshed together, comes time to do the roll. Biggest trick is getting this first part to actually pick up with you as you're going over with it. Everyone does it a little different. Tuck in your sides. You want to close that all off. There's my bacon explosion. Now let's throw this on the grill and see what it ends up turning out. We'll cut some in the middle and see what else we got going. Thanks. All right, I got my grill set at 250 or the smoker, obviously. I'm using a good one smoker. And if you look inside here, obviously I'm starting to cook some things already. I got some baby back ribs on the bottom. I'm going to put my bacon explosion on top of that, give some juice. I'm actually doing some jerky as well, like I told you guys. So I put some seasoning on there. And bacon explosion right here in the center. Again, tuck everything so it's perfect on there. Let that sit about 2.5, 3 hours, depending if the temperature on the outside is really cold today. So it's our last really good day of smoking any kind of meat until the cold chill comes from the polar vortex. So we'll come back and take a look at that and we'll see from there. So we just took the bacon explosion out of the smoker, and it took about 2.5 hours. We're right at the right temperature at the 168, 165, and wherever you want to put it at. And over here, obviously, you're going to see the beef jerky we started going with. We smoked it. It's going to look really good after it gets done, and we'll cut it up here shortly so you can see what the inside of the bacon wrap explosion looks like. All right, so we've waited 15 to 30 minutes for the steam to get back down and make it juicier again. And getting ready to make our cut, so we'll just cut right down the middle. And you can see that nice ring. You got the Graziano pinwheel over here. You got that mozzarella. You got onions and spinach. And on this side, that's how we make our bacon explosion. You guys enjoy. Hopefully this is helpful.